the question that most people always ask, looking to the future, we've talked about your plans for destinations, talked about your plans for introducing new types of cruising like the mystery cruising and longer imports. How about plans for a new ship? It's one of these things, or adding to the family, expanding. Is there anything to the rumours about that?
Well, there's no firm plans, but yes, we will always look at opportunities. There are some fantastic developments with ships at the moment. 2015, you've got P&O and Royal Caribbean coming out with new ships, so it's always kind of developing. We, as Fred.Olsen, will never want to go to those kind of ship sizes. No. That is not the kind of experience we believe the majority of the market want. We believe they want traditional British cruising, smaller ship cruising, and so if we do take that step to build a new ship, then we'll still make sure it's under 2,000. It'll be sticking to what our brand's about, what we're good at, and that small, friendly, intimate kind of.
So there's a possibility of a new build even.
We'll always look at all opportunities. As I say, there's nothing that we're talking about or firm, but you've always got to be looking to the future. I would love to be in a position where we've got ships sailing out of all of the UK ports all of the time. I mean, that would be just fantastic. But we'll be looking at 25, 30 years ahead. But I think as a cruise line, you've got to have that kind of vision. You've got to look forward and think, right, where are we going to be heading to? And that, for me, that's my vision. That's where I'd like to see us going.
A couple of final questions. First of all, the Norwegian Fjords. I know that you're very proud at Fred.Olsen of the way you do the Norwegian Fjords. So why is it that one of your biggest claims and biggest boasts is that you do the Norwegian Fjords better than anyone else? Why is that?
I think there's two destinations Fred.Olsen does really, really well. One of them is Canaries, because I don't know if you may not know this, but Canary Wharf is actually named Canary Wharf because of Fred.Olsen, because they used to take the tomatoes stuff from Canaries up to that wharf in the Canaries, and we've got a lot of people live down there. There's streets named Fred.Olsen and everything. So the Canaries, we've got a lot of heritage and things there, and we're very, very good at that. We know it probably better than anybody else. But Norwegian Fjords, for a few reasons, I think, one, it's heritage where we come from. It's where Fred.Olsen lives. We've got a lot of mostly Norwegian, Scandinavian captains that know that area. They know the kind of coastal towns and cities there. I'm very, very proud of it. But I think because of the small ships and the way we plan our itineraries, we do the Norwegian Fjords in a very special way that I really wasn't aware of when I came to join Fred.Olsen. And it took me to talking to our itinerary planner and some of the captains to understand how different a Fred.Olsen Norwegian Fjord cruise is to anybody else. Because we really go the inside passage, we go really into fjords such as Troll Fjord, where you just feel as if you're passing this immense kind of these, you can almost reach out and touch the rocks on the other side as you go through. It's quite an incredible experience, and again, a lot of big ships can't do that. They can kind of dip in and out, but not really kind of go through and up to a lot of these amazing thundering waterfalls and glaciers and experiences and that's in there. So yeah, I think again it's one of those things you really have to, and especially if you haven't cruised before, I think a 7-night Norwegian Fjord cruise is the ideal cruise to try for the first time. And yeah, I would say it, wouldn't I? But do it with Fred.Olsen, because we really do take you, again, where we kind of talked about closer, we'll take you close to that destination and really give you an amazing, amazing experience. But you really have to do it. Again, words don't really do it justice. You can try and see images and videos, but you've really got to get on board a ship and get into these fjords.
And the Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis.
Yes.
I know that I remember on the show we had several cruises that you put together for the eclipse.
Yes.
And put it together with the Aurora Borealis. Are you doing more dedicated cruises going up to see? I know that whenever you go to the Norwegian Fjords at certain times of year, you can keep your fingers crossed and you might see the Northern Lights. But do you have dedicated cruises up that way as well?
Yes. And I don't know if people may have seen these on TV programs and things about what's happening with the Northern Lights. NASA came out and said 2014 is going to be the peak year to see the Northern Lights. I mean, that's NASA saying it. And a lot of people might not be aware, but it's kind of cyclical, the Northern Light kind of experience. So I guess it's at kind of midnight now, or just after midnight, and then if you don't see them now, you have to wait another 10, 11, 12 years before it comes around to midnight again, I guess.
Okay.
So it really is the time to go and see it in 2014. Yes, we've got cruises that pretty much full now. You may still have a chance of getting on February, March Northern Lights cruise if you hurry. But if not, we've got another Northern Lights cruise going out, I think November, from Liverpool. And I think we're also doing one from Tilbury, which is actually across Christmas as well. And I think now that is very special.
Yeah.
What a Christmas present to give someone. Go on and say, you know, a lot of people name stars and different things, but here you go, here's the Northern Lights for you at Christmas. Absolutely fantastic experience. And then you can do the kind of, you know, huskies and sledging and everything else.
It's the land of Father Christmas, isn't it, up that way, isn't it? It's fantastic.
A winter wonderland. And
Yeah.
and some people don't think about Christmas that way. A lot of people think, oh, we got to go off to the sun at Christmas and get away, but actually to go north and to really experience, you know, the kind of snow, ice, fantastic kind of stars and everything like that. Really, really special way of spending Christmas. So, yeah, I would encourage anybody, if you've never seen the Northern Lights, do it now. Don't leave it. You'll be waiting 10 years before you can see them as good as you can now.
I think it's a great thing to do, particularly when the Northern Lights will be even more spectacular, set against the white backdrop of the snows, you know, and the kind of ice and
Yeah.
you know, everything that you'll get in Norway at that time of year as well.
And people need to remember Northern Lights as well with ships. You don't have the light pollution. Again, when you're stargazing and you're trying to see things like the Northern Lights, if you're out at sea, you don't have the light pollution of a city, and which makes it kind of more and more difficult. So a ship can kind of go into those kind of, you know, areas and try and follow them, as well as getting into Tromsø and do the land, and we'll get you out on land to go out again, avoiding light pollution as well. But ships, really good way to go and see the Northern Lights.
Fantastic. Well, I've got to say, I mean, unless there's anything else you'd like to chat to us about, I think we've covered quite a lot there, Nathan. We really, really have. Thank you very much for chatting to us.
No, absolute pleasure. Really, really enjoyed it. It's nice to talk.
I suppose one thing I could ask you though is to sum up. I like to do this. Sum up the Fred.Olsen cruise experience in 3 key words.
Very good. Okay.
Put you on the spot.
Friendly. Destination. Family owned. Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, and one other thing I meant to say to you as well is very quickly, just explain about the relationship. I always forget to do this. The relationship that you have as Fred.Olsen with Planet Cruise. What are some of the advantages of the relationship?
Yeah. Well, I think you guys bring cruises to life, and you know, whenever we can, we'll try and, you know, get you a special deal, and because we, you know, you're one of our top agents. We've got a very, very good relationship with you. So yeah, I think you'll find you guys kind of, you know, can get some special treatment from us if we can ever do it. So yeah, it's a really good relationship, and long may it kind of continue.
Fantastic. Nathan, thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure.
Love the socks.